Hi there. What I want to talk about in this quick little video is basically what this course is going to be like. One, if you've never done an e-learning course before, or even if you have. And two, what's it like to take a course that's inquiry-based, because that's how I teach. At grade 12, especially grade 12U, I could care less if you can memorize something. I almost never give knowledge tasks. What I do care about, because I have 3 university degrees, is can you think? Because I know that's all they care about after you leave high school. So, first of all, let's talk about doing everything. I don't do fluff. Even in a real classroom, I don't leave work for a supply teacher if I'm sick or away that I would not have done anyway. So I don't waste your time. I don't give fluff in the real classroom, like a physical classroom. I'm definitely not going to do it in an e-learning classroom when you don't even have to be here and things. The only things that are on the list are things you need to do. If you don't, you're going to get to a point where you're going to need what you didn't do. So it is your responsibility to do everything, to make sure you've understood and learned everything, and to make sure you check everything, right? Like your email all the time, the calendar, due dates, etc. There's no other communication between us except this digital medium. So if you're not up to date, you're not self-regulated, e-learning might not actually be the place for you. So make sure you're on top of that. Second, when I teach a lesson or teach a concept, many times the way I do it is with a problem. Now that creates a great opportunity and a great challenge. So if you're not used to that, the opportunity is you're going to learn more. You're going to by the time you've answered the problem, you will have learned it and understood it better, and you won't need to memorize it because you will have worked with it. You will truly understand. The problem is the challenge. You may not have any notes if you don't realize that the problem and the activity is the learning. So if you get to the end of an activity and you don't end up writing anything down, any conclusions, summarizing what you think you learned, then you're going to get to the end of a unit or the course, and you will have no notes. I rarely pass out stuff that you need to pile into a binder, a digital binder, right? You need to come up with some type of digital note-taking method. That's what makes the most sense, because most of what's going to be fed at you will be digital. So probably a digital type of notebook, you can do it like in Google Docs, but there's things like Evernote and other types of online free software that you can keep notes with. Up to you. I suggest a method that you're probably not used to, which is the Cornell note-taking method. There are others depending on your learning style, but you need to do something, because by the time we've gone through activities, you will have learned more than you realize, and if you're not taking your own notes, which is to say you're not making your own notes, then you're not going to have any. So if you look at the outline, or at least what I have when I started making this video, you can see that there are things with no particular timelines attached to them. Check the calendar for that. I will say what I expect you to have done by a certain point in time. Just remember, you have flexibility when you do things to a point. You, in a physical classroom, would spend 6.25 hours in a full school week. So and plus any possible homework, right? So if you are not spending an average of an hour a day, and I mean Monday to Sunday, right? 7 hours a week, you will probably find you will fall behind, right? If you're drastically below 5 to 7 hours a week on average. So keep that in mind to pace yourself so that you're not going to get less work just because you're doing an online course. It'll be more convenient when you can do the work, but you're not going to get less time than 110 hours of instruction, because that's what a course is. So keep that in mind. And on that note, I look forward to learning with you. Good luck. Enjoy the course.